I watched her from across the room, laughing, radiant in her deception. She had no idea that tonight, everything she thought she controlled, her life, her lies, her future, would collapse beneath her. She used to tell me I was too predictable, too trusting. She was right about one thing: I trusted her. That was my only mistake. Marriage, they say, is built on trust, love, loyalty. For 10 years, I believed that. I believed in her. Lauren was the kind of woman who could command any room, who made heads turn when she walked by. She had a presence undeniable, magnetic. It was what drew me to her. What I didn't realize was that behind that smile, behind those whispered assurances, was something else entirely. A woman who never saw me as her equal, only as a resource, a means to an end. I built our life with my own 2 hands. The house, the cars, the vacations, every luxury she enjoyed was because of me. But somewhere along the way, my devotion became invisible to her. I was just another piece of furniture in the home I paid for. And then, I found out the truth. It started with a single text. A message meant for someone else. I can't wait to see you again. He has no clue. A smiley face. Casual. Effortless. Like the betrayal meant nothing. That night, as she lay beside me, wrapped in the sheets we had once shared in love, I stared at the ceiling, my mind burning with realization. She wasn't just cheating. She was mocking me. Laughing at my trust, at my blindness. The rage that should have come never did. Instead, something colder settled inside me. A quiet, calculated certainty. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to beg. I was going to dismantle her world, piece by piece. I started small. Subtle. She had always thought of herself as untouchable, careless in her arrogance. She had no idea I was watching. I hired a private investigator. Followed the money. There were secret accounts, transactions she never thought I'd find. And the man she was seeing? A colleague from her office, as pathetic as he was predictable. I copied everything. Documented every lie, every betrayal. Then, I called my lawyer. The accounts she thought were hers? Frozen. The credit cards? Cancelled. She only noticed when her platinum Amex was declined at a high-end boutique. I watched her from the doorway as she fumbled with her phone, frustration etched into her perfect features. The first crack in her world. She came home angry that night. Ranting about the bank, about how these things happen. I just nodded, pretending to listen. She had no idea the walls were already closing in. 2 weeks later, she threw a lavish party. Our house was filled with her friends, her colleagues, people who saw her as the perfect wife, the perfect hostess. I let her bask in it, let her believe she was still in control. Then, I made my move. I stood, raised my glass, and smiled. A toast, I said, my voice calm. To Lauren. A woman of ambition. A woman of many secrets. She frowned, her champagne glass freezing midair. I clicked a button on my phone, and the room went silent. On the massive TV screen behind me, messages appeared. Her texts. Her lover's replies. The bank statements. The hidden accounts. The intimate photos she thought were safely tucked away in her phone. Gasps. Stifled whispers. Her friends staring in horror. And then, the final blow: video footage of her and him in a hotel, timestamped, undeniable. Her face drained of color. This isn't. Save it, I said, setting my glass down. I'm not interested in your excuses. She lunged for my phone, but I stepped aside. You always thought I was weak, I murmured, just loud enough for her to hear. You always thought I'd never fight back. She trembled, her breathing uneven. You drained our accounts, I continued, but you didn't know about the trust fund I moved everything into. You planned to leave me with nothing, but you didn't realize the prenup only benefits you if you remained faithful. The whispers turned to murmurs. Without my money, without my name, what do you have left? Her hands clenched into fists. You think you can just. I already did, I interrupted. The divorce papers are filed. You get nothing. Her lover? He wasn't at the party. Because earlier that day, an anonymous tip reached his company's HR department. Affairs in the workplace tend to be frowned upon, especially when they involve fraud. He lost his job. His wife found out. She took the kids and left. Now, he was just as ruined as she was. Lauren turned to her friends, searching for an ally. No one met her eyes. I walked past her, pausing just long enough to whisper, "Enjoy your new life." Then I left. In the weeks that followed, everything crumbled for her. The friends who had once adored her. Gone. Her job? Gone. The apartment she tried to rent? Denied. No financial stability. She called. She texted. She begged. I never answered. I had nothing left to say. She thought she was untouchable. Now, she was nothing.